everyone, I'm Tanya Memme, and welcome to ODEEVA TV. This is another episode, and we're coming to you from the Focus TV studios in Hollywood. Today, I have Dr. ERIN on our show, and what I love most about you, Dr. ERIN, is you are a doctor of divinity.
People are like, what in the world is
What
that?
in the world is that? But it sounds so amazing. I feel like going, woo!
Right? I'm like, when I heard it, I was like, I don't know what that is, but I want to be that. Just sign me up. I don't know how many years it takes. I don't care.
How many years does it take to become a doctor?
Way too long. Well, 11 years technically, if you really strung it out.
11 years to become a doctor of divinity.
That's right.
And a doctor of divinity is exactly?
It is basically, well, you're a spiritual practitioner, then you are a New Thought minister, and then you become a doctor of divinity. So basically, you're learning all philosophy, all the religions, basically human nature and how we co-create with the entire universe. That's all.
No big deal. No, I don't feel a little bit insignificant right now. That's fine.
So dating, schmating, you know, that's like...
Dating, schmating, no big deal, which is what we're going to talk to you about today. And I know that you want to defunk the dating BS. Those are her words. They're her words. They're not mine. But it's true, right? And we're going to talk about conscious dating and conscious sexuality, sensuality, that type of thing.
I'm going to claim a full-on breakthrough transformation right here, and right now, and defunking and letting go of the BS system of romantic dating.
Did you guys hear that? Dr. ERIN's in the house. All right, let's get right to it.
First of all, let me just put on my preaching hat. No, honestly, I mean, just to get real, like I'm not a dating coach. It's not what I do for a living. However, I do deal a lot with people and dealing with their subconscious. And one of the things that people come to me about is dating and relationships. And I'm, not married. So people go, well, who are you to say, whatever it is about relationship? And first of all, I wanted to say that our entire culture is moving away from marriage and from true commitment. It's actually on the major decline. So first I wanted to say that this is a major conversation that we all need to have.
True.
Because we're going to have all different types of relationships, and we need to get comfortable with what does that look like and how do we come fully expressed in this, no matter what form that's in. So
it's nice to focus on healthy relationships, no matter if they turn into marriage or not. So you really focus on the relationship that you have with the other person.
Yeah, I mean, I was one of those people that was a hot mess, honestly. Like I was a disaster in relationship. I would like make the other person wrong all the time. I would make them the source of my higher power. If it was good, I was great. If it was crappy, I was a wreck. It was like, I was the worst codependent woman. I was a nightmare. Honestly, I had to go make amends to all my exes and be like, okay, I finally woke up here. I'm so sorry for putting all that crap on you, the projecting from my own stuff.
Well, you had to go make amends with all of your exes.
Absolutely.
I don't know if I could actually do that. That makes me very scared.
Well, and meanwhile, I was like, and you need to say sorry to me too.
Okay, well, did they?
No, we all went, it was all great, all amends.
It's all good, okay.
100% responsibility, right?
Yes, well, yes, that's very true. 100% responsibility on both sides. And
so let's hack this thing.
Let's hack it.
Let's hack it, okay? Okay, so if you think about it, everyone wants this romantic fairy tale love story. And the reality is that it's actually going towards a feeling, an emotion. And emotion is not something that can ever be attainable. It's not an end result. It cannot be. It's like being happy. You have fleeting moments of being happy. You can't be happy all the time. It's an emotion that's fleeting. So this is the same thing with romantic love. It's delusional. It's delusional.
So sad.
I know. Well,
I love romantic love.
But that doesn't mean you can't create it every single day. But the thought of getting there and having it be a destination, as if the credits on the end of the movie are going up and you've arrived and it's over.
Right.
Like
which is what it feels like sometimes.
Good luck with that, right? So yes, you can attain romantic love, but it is something you have to recreate over and over and over again every day. And most people just want it to show up and they expect the other person to literally
create it themselves.
Yeah, right?
Mm-hmm. That's true. Many times you can blame it on the other person. Mm-hmm. So how do we create that?
Well, I mean, I first think that it's like, is that really what people want? Because if that's really what they're looking for, it's important to get to a place where, number one, and I have four like tips, hacks, or steps, you want to call it.
We're going to get to them all today.
Basically, consciously dating. So number one, as I'm sure everyone already knows, it's the inner work, loving yourself, knowing that love doesn't come from over there. Love, fulfillment doesn't come from over there. There's no way. I don't care how many times you swipe right on, Bumble or Tinder. No person is ever going to make and complete you. The whole and you complete me, Tom Cruise. Man, that really messed me up. I gotta say, I was like, really? I've been in therapy for years. I had to go get my doctorate of divinity for this stuff.
It's all your fault,
It's all your fault.
You
Tom
started
Cruise.
it. It's true. How many times do you hear that line? I had a guy send me an email once. I won't say if it was my ex or not, husband or not, but sent me an email once saying that I needed to love myself in order to have a healthy relationship. And if anybody knows me out there, I would say that they know that I love myself. So, I mean, I really, I love myself. No, but it's hard to get that information.
Gosh darn, I'm good enough.
Believe me, I can be a little complicated at times. But there's also, I think that that's actually for the individual to come to realize. To have somebody else place that judgment.
It has
very
layers
difficult.
and layers. Like,
of course.
you can say like, oh, I love myself, but really it means actually doing such deep, spiritual, intense, a relationship with the higher self.
Yeah,
so there's a
it's
layer of like, oh, I love myself, but really it's different to really know thyself, to really get in that relationship with thyself. And that's primarily the work of true, deep consciousness, subconscious work.
Yeah.
So that's
but
number
you
one.
have to come to realize that. It's not somebody placing that judgment upon you.
Yeah.
You have to realize if there's issues there
sure.
and then do something about it.
Yeah, for sure.
It's true.
So number two, and this is, I think, the biggest thing is like clarity. What do you want? Why are you dating? Are you dating for sex? Are you dating because you want a long-term relationship? Are you dating because you want to have a family? Are you dating because what is the goal? Most people I bet 98% of the population, if you ask them, what do you really want? They'll go like, well, let's see. Like they'll kind of like look around like, let me see. I've never thought about that, right? So 98% of the population doesn't have goals. So it's the same thing in relationship. Probably only 3% really clearly know what they want.
Wow, you know what you're talking about here.
Right? I mean,
so what happens if it starts off as a sexual relationship and continues to be that, and that's what they want, but then they're hoping it kind of turns into something more?
Well, the universal law states that if we send out mixed messages, we're going to get back mixed messages, right? So if I send out one time like, oh, I'm just going to, this is a sex thing, and then the next minute I'm like, but I really want this to be some long-term for the highest good of, having
humanity,
whatever, right?
Yes.
It's like, wait, what's going on? The person's confused, you're dating, and they're like, wait a second, I'm like men put things into boxes, right? Sex is one box, family's another box.
Right.
Women were like, we just want everything, we just entangle all of it. We're like a disaster.
Right. So that's where I went wrong with the last relationship. Okay.
So knowing and having clarity of what you want, and knowing that there's 3 levels to relationship, right? There's what's in it for me, what's in it for us, and what's in it for the highest good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So really think about that when you're starting to get into a relationship, or even when you're currently in a relationship.
Before you swipe,
know what you want. But even in a current relationship, know why you're there.
Yeah, completely.
All right. So we're going to come back. We're going to break to commercial and a whole lot of more yumminess with Dr. ERIN, a doctor of divinity. So cool. Stay tuned.
Hi, this is Ariana Thermopoulos from The Modern Day Girlfriend, and you are watching ODEEVA TV.
I need one of these. I need 10 of these. Is this what comes in the box every month?
Sign me up.
I was living with this woman,
Yep.
and she's like, "Oh God, I need some." Lady.
You can't even say the
I need
word.
some tampons.
You can't even say it.
And I'm like, wait, a tampon or is it a feminine napkin?
So then
with
what if
humor?
she sends you again the next month?
I'll be like, honey, I got a friend, and she works with this really cool company. It's like ODEEVA or something. Why don't you just do that? I don't want to go anymore. I'm embarrassed. It's uncomfortable.
That's right.
That's what that is, right?
This is what ODEEVA is, a subscription box company that delivers monthly needs like tampons and pads and razors and all kinds of fun stuff too, and skincare and this and that to your front door every
Nice.
single month. So if you're that kind of guy that doesn't want to go to the store for your girlfriend, get ODEEVA.
Me, no, I don't like doing it.
Welcome back to ODEEVA TV from the Focus TV studios in Hollywood. And again, we have Dr. ERIN, who is a doctor of divinity on our show today. How cool is that? And we are debunking some of the, well, she says the BS of dating, which I love.
The belief systems.
Oh,
of
I didn't, I
dating.
actually,
Yeah, it's
actually
BS.
didn't know.
It's insane. It's like shift happens, you know, shit
it's kind of a
happens,
double
and,
entendre, really, right? Right? Was I that far off? Anyway, okay, so far you went through 2 points and you have 2 more. So the top 2.
Yeah, first is definitely love yourself. Number 2 is clarity. Know exactly what you want.
So good.
And then number 3 is be that which you seek. So many times, like, people will come and, you know, or girlfriends or whatever, they'll go, you know, I want him to be, you know, the wealthy guy. I want him to be hot. I want him to be intelligent. I want him to be loving. And it's like, well, first of all, are you those things? You
Well, so true.
So true, right? Or we call it transactional versus transcending. So oftentimes, like, or men will come and go, you know, I want these women, you know, they're just looking for a meal. You know, they just want me to take care of them. They want me to pay their bills. They want me to take them shopping. They want all these things. It's like, well, first of all, you're showing up in your Ferrari, you know,
I know,
dating
it's
20
so
year,
true.
you know, year younger women. What do you expect? Of course, if you objectify, you're being objective. Like, it's one and the same. You can never point the finger when you're looking at, it's like a vacuum. You know, it's like if you need somebody to abandon you, you will find somebody that abandons. You know, it's like, it's one and the same. So being that which you seek. And
It's so interesting. Like last week or a couple weeks ago, I was at a sushi restaurant. I was sitting with one of my friends, and he's a multi-gazillionaire, like literally. And we're talking, and I was like, "So, how's dating world going?" Blah blah blah. And I go, you know, what are you in? Like, what kind of a woman are you interested in anyway? And so, women would come in the restaurant and say, "All right, so well, I mean, what about her? She's gorgeous." The first thing that would come out of his mouth is, "She's a little too heavy, or her arms are too thick." I'm like, no offense, but have you like looked at yourself in the mirror? I mean,
oh my gosh.
it's just awful. Like,
Although I
so
hear,
judgmental, because I hear that a lot.
yeah, well,
Women do the same thing to men.
Well, I don't know. I heard like I
awful.
heard that men actually focus more on one thing they like about a woman's body than not. But I don't know. I think it depends on the person for sure.
If they're interested in the woman, if they like the way that she looks off the top, yes. But if there's like, they won't sometimes give them a chance. I find she's too old. She's too, you know what I'm saying? And it's like
Yeah.
so judgmental. I'm like, why don't you get to know her first and then
Yeah.
see where it goes?
Yeah.
Because that's where all the magic happens, is giving somebody a chance. That's for women and men. I just find that in general,
It's
people are
so,
so
yeah.
judgmental.
Yeah. Law of
And they're not
attraction.
that themselves. Just like what you were saying. They are not that themselves.
Yeah. So it's the law of attraction. It's like we're like, you know, like equals like, and we're putting out radio waves, you know. So if we're, you know, being that, we're going
Yes.
to attract that. So whatever that is there, I mean, you know, but just be that. Like, I mean,
Be
like,
that.
I mean, if you want it to be, no man's going to want a woman that is, you know, not independent and is just completely needy for everything. It's not
Although some I
attractive.
think might, but we all know those types.
That's true.
But it's true. Like, if a woman is looking for a man to take care of her, then take care of yourself first and foremost. That's what
Yeah.
you're saying.
Well, and it's fine. Just know if it's transactional. It just get clear.
Yes.
It's okay if you have
Get
a
clear.
transactional. Like, you have free will, and you can, but don't complain about, you know, having it be transactional if that's what you're going for.
Right, but be upfront about it.
Yeah.
And then the guy that you attract that is taking care of you, hopefully he's not complaining about it.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, that's what he's attracted.
Exactly.
Because that's really what
Yeah.
he wanted.
Yeah. So being conscious means
Interesting.
stepping into transcending, which means more of having it be for the highest good, instead of it being about you and getting something out of the
Yeah,
relationship.
so
it's about
true.
giving and expressing and making a difference in the world, or whatever it is. So those are kind of like the two distinctions of being that which you seek. So it's fun.
Right.
So fun. And then fourth is, you ready for fourth?
I'm all ears. I'm very
It's
excited.
really, really simple. Focus on the positive, because the universal law has
So
to reflect
true.
back whatever vibration you're putting out. So
So
if you're
true.
constantly like picking apart every single person you're with, like you're just stifling the energy, you know. And we call it not outlining. So we can't necessarily, like, I had a client come and they're like, well, I want, you know, her to look like this. I want her to be like this. I want all this
Yes.
stuff, and I want to meet her this way. And like, you can't. There's just no way. So
I mean, it's okay to have a few boxes, but not about 150 of them, right?
I mean, you can.
It could be nice, maybe if he doesn't have an addiction, or maybe if
Yeah, that might be a good one to start with.
or maybe, but even if he does, that's okay too.
Yeah,
We can work through that as well.
Yeah, when clients come, they'll do have them do 3 things, and they do their must-haves, their deal breakers, and their ideal scene.
Yeah.
And just allowing that, but honestly, just to debunk again the whole thing, that whole list. This whole thing is actually, it's really more of the romantic delusional. If you're stepping into a truly powerful, loving relationship, it's not about having all your senses and being fulfilled. There's no way. No relationship's ever going to be able to do that for long term. So what's the higher purpose of the relationship?
Right. So true. So I have one more question to ask you that's on topic, but not on topic. So just from your perspective, from a purpose-filled life perspective, when is it the right time to, move on to that next step in a relationship?
When should you have sex or when should you
Yes!
get married? What
How
are you
many
asking?
dates? I don't know. How many?
You know what? That's a great question. That was one of the top questions or videos that went viral on Corey Jenkins' The Mailroom on YouTube. And because I asked him, I said, what were your top videos over the course of many years of doing this? And one of them was, how long should you wait to have sex? And again, I think it comes back to, first of all, getting in touch with yourself. So you can go the 4 steps again. Getting in touch with yourself, what feels right for you. Number 2 is clarity. What is the goal of this relationship? If it's purely a sexual relationship, then go for it. If you're wanting something more and you want to develop the other parts of the relationship, then you might want to wait so it's not just entanglement.
Maybe we don't know at first. I mean, a lot of times you meet somebody and you're very attracted to them, but you don't know them. You just met them, but you're very attracted.
And
you can't help it.
Oxytocin and the drugs, it's like cocaine, love addiction, man.
Yeah, so it's like,
deal.
it's hard. It's hard to hold back. And it's hard to know if you want a relationship with that person if you don't know them, right?
Well, it's kind of like if you know that you want to, always remember, what was that one movie where she wears those huge underwear? Bridget Jones.
Yes.
Yeah, and so she's like, so if you're committed, like, okay, I want to see how this relationship is, who this person is, what are they really up to? Is there a bigger picture for? Maybe
Wear
you should
giant underwear.
Maybe that's the advice of the day. Wear giant
Don't shave your
underwear.
legs and wear giant. Actually, don't shave in general and wear giant underwear, and then you'll stay the course.
And meditate a lot
And
before you
meditate
go
a lot.
on your date.
And don't take your hormones.
And pray.
Oh my goodness. It's so true. Dating is so crazy, so complicated. But I do love that you see the glass half full. You're so enlightened when it comes to it. And your advice is wonderful.
I think for me anyway, I realized you have to love everyone. And if I started dating myself, I was like, I need some time away from the old mentality, the BS system that I had around it.
Right.
I need some time to just get the clarity, do my inner work. And then I went, I'm just going to love myself. And if I'm loving myself, if I'm fulfilled, if I'm all these things, and of course, there's people and you just love people and it's okay. And if it develops and if there's somebody that's right and you feel like, you know what, this really makes sense.
And be open-minded. Give people chances.
Completely, right? Have fun. So that's the most important thing.
Wise advice from Dr. ERIN. We love her. You're amazing. Thank you for coming out to ODEEVA TV at the Focus TV
Super
studios. And check us out for our next episode.
So fun.